welcome to GameGazm. I'm Bren.
And I'm Ant.
And what are we looking at today, Ant?
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. Now this is really cool. Look at that shot. That shot, like, wasn't like part of this done from digitizing sets of the movie?
I do recall that I think at least
the first, what was it? The first levels or something?
7.
The first 7 levels.
7 of 12 levels were digitally rendered from the film, and the rest were all from the comic book.
Yes. See, now the film, isn't the film awesome?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
I'll be honest,
Anthony.
I've not. Purely
Anthony.
because, and I will openly admit this to the entire internet, I heard the film was dreadful.
To be honest,
Therefore, I've not watched it. I've seen the new one, but I've not bothered with Judge Dredd.
to be honest, yeah, it was awful. But I think it's one of those movies that it was so bad it was good. And one of the main reasons that people really didn't like it was because they kind of took a they Hollywooded it.
Grenade.
And it wasn't as gritty as the comic books, and loads of people had a big problem with Judge Dredd removing his helmet, which of course in the comic books he never does, ever.
Oh, well, I did read apparently it underwent lots of recuts and what have you to chop a lot of the violence out.
Yeah, it's a shame. But
Even
the movie,
Stallone did as well.
the movie was good. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was good, but this was Judge Dredd. Now, like, I think it looks fantastic for a Super Nintendo game. I think it looks really good. And you got the rain on the first level. And look, check out this sign as well. But the main, and this was a cool thing as well. You could arrest or kill perps. So you see that? I can arrest him, and this little thing takes him away. Bye.
Ta-da!
So yeah, but the other thing about this game is it's never really clear what you're supposed to do. I remember when I was playing this as a kid, I was stuck on this level for so long because I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? And then I checked one of these computer terminals dotted about and found out you have to destroy all the ammo supplies. Okay?
Oh.
But knowing that, would you know that these white crates that are indestructible with your pistol are the actual ammo crates that you're supposed to destroy? It's not obvious, is it?
Had you not just told me that?
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And there you go. You have to use grenades.
Is that why
and
there's
shoot them.
A breakdown of the levels in the manual?
There is a breakdown of the levels in the manual. Yeah, it actually goes through
In colour?
in color.
Manual.
10
colour
points.
Manual.
10 points for color. But yeah, it goes in depth of what you have to do in each level in the manual because it's not really in the game. It doesn't really tell you what to do. I mean, read the description for the first level and see what it says.
When a vicious band of lowly squatters, you bastards,
Squatters.
lead a charismatic loser named Zed, led by a charismatic...
Try again. Get your glasses on.
Oh dear, it's been a long day. It's a block war. As usual, Dredd lets his weapon do the talking. That's a bit of a crap weapon, isn't it? Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it does
right.
talk, doesn't it? Do you? Oh, you haven't seen the movie, but yeah, no, the weapon does talk. It like when he selects what kind of mode that he wants to use, it kind of says the name of the weapon. So like when he says, he actually talks to his lawgiver and he goes rapid fire, and then the gun just goes rapid fire.
Of course.
It is amazing.
Double whammy. Double whammy.
I guess you had to be there.
Oh, we are. His primary... Oh, for God's...
Oh dear.
Wow. I apologise for my horrid use of the English language. His primary objective is to locate and destroy all ammunition supplies in the area. His secondary objective is to arrest or sentence all block war participants.
I like how it says arrest or sentence when really it should say arrest or kill.
Kill. Yeah. there is no other way. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
But here's the funny thing, right? In the first level, the terminals... What? Oh, it's a funny thing. Okay, it wasn't that funny. In the first level, you use these terminals to just check your mission status, right?
No.
But in the second level, the same terminals like unlock doors, and you have to do it as part of the mission. But again, like as a kid, I never read anything as a kid, like instruction books or what have you. So like, I just kind of got like, oh, he's guilty. I just kind of got stuck, and I was just roaming around, not knowing what to do. And this confused me for ages as well, because I was like, How do I get through here? Oh, of course, Judge Dredd can kick through iron and concrete. That's another thing as well. If you didn't do that and destroyed the box, you wouldn't be able to get up here.
What?
Which leads you to more items, which you'll need. Because items are quite scarce. Like, it's kind of like it's almost like a survival game as well. You've really got to plan your resources. So, but did you ever read 2000 AD?
No.
You never. Oh, so you like
The only bit I actually know of Judge Dredd is the new film.
the new film? Oh, right, yeah. You know what?
Urban.
I kind of wish that they like made another one of those. Like that, like Carl Urban's like been really trying.
Well, apparently, funny enough, I was just reading about this before we started, and a sequel has been rumoured for a long while, but they've confirmed that it's not going to happen.
Oh,
That's it. You're only getting the one, which is a shame because it was a really, really good film.
it is, yeah.
They're one of the only few that actually worked quite well in 3D as well.
Did it?
Yeah, I went. Well, I thought it did.
No, okay.
And I absolutely hate 3D films.
No, I can't stand them.
I really don't like them at all. It makes my eyes hurt so much.
I prefer like oh, I got a secondary bonus of 100%.
Ooh!
Yeah, I don't like the 3D movies. I much prefer to watch a movie and rate it based on how good it is as a 2D film, like rather than you know, trying to surprise! I punch you! I'll kick you! I'm dying. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get health in this, like obviously with the hearts and stuff like that. But also with this, you can
If you see Christmas.
yeah, if you see at the top, you can like cycle through weapons. So it's much like obviously his lawgiver has got all of these options.
You can get
kind
bombs.
of thing.
You can get a rocket.
Yeah,
What else was there?
double whammy. I think.
There's a speaker if you go back.
Oh, that thing.
Car speaker.
That thing, like, it bounces. Look, watch. Okay, it didn't do it. If you fire it at a wall, it'll bounce off the wall and come back. So it's called the ricochet, obviously. But yeah, but it can also hit you. So the amount of times I've like spammed an enemy with like bullets and then accidentally swapped to the ricochet bullet, and then it bounces back and kills me by hitting me in the face.
I have to say that's embarrassing.
It is. Yeah, here's another situation where if you destroy that box, you can't get up here.
You just missed a computer. Oh, you don't have to do it on this level, do you?
No, not on this level, but I will do it. Because, was it this? No.
Oh, can then pert buttocks. Pert buttocks.
Yeah, Judge Dredd's outfit doesn't really leave much to the imagination,
No.
does it?
Ladies and gentlemen, Stallone's arse.
Yeah, it is definitely based on Stallone in this as well.
In 8-bit? No, not 8-bit.
16.
16, sorry.
Is it 16?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Would
probably
Would you
is.
like me to find out?
If you can. It should
Oh.
say it on the back of the box.
I might do, actually, yeah. Let's have a...
It should do. If it's
Keep talking,
if
I'll,
it's a half decent Judge Dredd game, it should. Yeah, this was also came out on. It came out on the SNES. It came out on the Mega Drive, and it came out on the Game Boy and the Game Gear.
All in 1995.
There you go. So 1995 was a good year.
It was a very good year.
But yeah, and the Mega Drive version was actually penalised by a lot of reviewers for having subpar graphics. You know, I thought we were at a time where, like, you know, most of these games had like very similar graphics.
You say this, but I remember playing the... I always owned the Master System version of Sonic,
Right.
rather than the Mega Drive.
Oh, well, that was a different scenario because that was an underpowered machine, wasn't it, compared to the Mega Drive, right?
But it's still graphically though. You'd think they share similar graphics, but they were. The Mega Drive one was definitely a lot worse. Master System one, sorry, was definitely a lot worse looking than the Mega Drive. He surrendered, you Nazi.
You. Bit harsh. Oh dear. Achtung! Bang.
Good lord.
Kicked you in the face. Sorry.
Good.
Oh dear. He's punched. Oh dear. I literally kicked it. I love that. You can kick them to dust.
It doesn't actually say on here, would you believe?
No.
They're saying that most of the screenshots on the back of here are all from the film.
Yeah. Also, interestingly, did you know that they couldn't get screen grabs back in the day for the pictures on the back of the box.
How
So
did
they
they
had
get
to
those?
they had to photograph them. So they literally all the game shots that you see are them literally taking a picture of a TV screen.
Is that what they've done with the film as well then?
Maybe, yeah, because why not?
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Well, actually, no. I think the film, because they might have been able to get those, but
Maybe.
but yeah, I know definitely for games they couldn't capture them, so they had to literally photograph the screen. That's why if you look at a lot of NES games, the back of NES games, you can tell that they've been photographed of the front of a CRT telly, and they're really bad. So, oh shit, yeah, it's the boss.
Mega City is in ruins. Corruption is rampant.
There we go.
It's time to take the law into your own hands. Armed with explosive lawgiver. Well, okay, firepower. I thought it was badly written then. Heat
I think the boss is glitched. Oh no, he's attacking me now.
Ricochet rockets, incendiary missiles, and more.
Yeah.
Take on Mean Machine, the ABC robot, and brutal barriers to justice. Take to the skies in your own high-speed law master. I read that as lawnmower to begin with.
Oh god! Look at the missile. It's just floating around. It's because he died when I fired it. So he's like, "Oh, I've got no target. I've got no target." But yeah, also this game was criticised heavily for the difficulty of the bosses.
Well,
now,
in fairness, they do seem fairly.
Yeah. Now that
fairly
one was
harsh.
that one wasn't too bad. Then there's another one in the prison section, but the one I always really struggle with is the cyborg that you meet in the desert. Now this guy, do you remember? Well, you wouldn't know him from the film, but he's got like a dial in his head, and he turns it round like when he's angry and stuff, and it I don't know, it just makes him enraged kind of thing, like powers him up. And in the game, he's just insane. Like he's actually. Well, Judge Dredd does a good job of killing him in the movie, but in the game, nope,
Not so much.
it's really difficult.
I
so,
wonder where the end of the level is.
but yeah, and obviously the game kind of loosely follows what the film does, and you do go to the desert section, and you do have to fight against that guy who's a complete tool. But yeah, he's part of the there's a weird family that live out in the cursed earth, and they eat people and.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But
There's been a riot at the Aspen Penal Colony. Prisoners are escaping there.
stop them, basically. Sorry, I'm just skipping through it because it's boring text.
I was stopped mid-sentence. My subtitles broke.
Oh, gonna kick it.
Oh.
Gonna kick it. Yeah,
well,
it's
he's
funny though because Judge Dredd kicks and punches harder than the lawgiver does. See? Literally, I can just take people out with a couple of kicks.
That's
you know?
the definition
Of
of
irony. Yeah. So, and this guy's throwing knives at me. That's not cool. Pow!
I love
pow.
how you shoot them in the face as well, and they just sort of go, "What?
Yeah.
Who is this?"
Yeah, they don't know where you are as well. And that actually plays to your advantage quite a lot later on in the game because you've already seen me do it a couple of times, but you can shoot people from ladders, and they have no idea where you are or what you're doing and why you're there. And
But
Whoa!
surely in real life, I mean, look at him.
Shit.
You've just shot him square in the face, and he's running, going, "Ah! Oh, he's gone." I'll just casually walk off. Whereas in reality, if you get a shot to the face,
Yeah.
you
Look, here we go. Here's a good example. So I can just stand here, and
Where did he come from? I kicked the air.
he'll just keep coming and trying to
Come
trying
here,
to fight me,
you bastard.
but he's just throwing knives at thin air. Sector 59. Yeah. So this one, as you've seen, the terminals.
Sector 51.
I was just reading the sign. But yeah, this one, you get the locking procedure engaged, security doors closing. So you have to kind of activate all the doors. And again, I don't know, maybe it's because I just breezed through all the text all the time as a kid and I just never read anything. But it just seems a bit odd and counterintuitive. And I think that they should, put it in the game, like at the start of the level, like what you have to do. I loved the way that they did all the costumes and stuff for the film, and I thought they were really well made, and they were actually designed by Gianni Versace, the Italian fashion designer. You have no idea who that is, do you?
Not a Scooby-Doo. Not a Scooby-Doo.
Well, yeah, he did all the costume designs, which were really good for the day.
There must have been a thing in the 90s of having fashion designers do your your costumes, because they did the same with Fifth Element, didn't
They did. Oh, who
that
was
was
it?
probably a...
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Gaultier, French person, designer of clothes. That was a really weird French
accent. That was like a French Arnie.
It was a French Franny.
Oh, I love it.
Oh dear.
Go on, try it.
I can't.
Try
I can't.
it.
That was
Go
done
on.
by accident.
Give it a go.
Like,
Go on.
No,
Start
I'm
off
not
in a
doing
French
it.
accent, then just slip into Arnie now.
I will not be slipping into anyone, thank you. Oh dear. Oh god.
Oh, that was a faux pas.
I'm trying to beat up guys here.
Dear,
like,
sorry.
Unbelievable.
Rough.
Whew, is it getting hot in here?
It's getting a bit warm in here after all.
Oh look, there he goes, guilty.
Oh,
See,
dear.
I think that was the only annoying thing about this was yes, they gave you a choice to arrest or kill them, but it was only a choice if they decided to surrender. The game kind of just
Oh, I was going to say, it's not really so much a choice, more of just when the game decides you can do it.
Exactly.
And then you get the option.
yeah, and I'm just like, oh really?
I wonder if they'll ever make any more Judge Dredd games.
I don't know. Well, they did make a few. They made some Judge Dredd versus Death on the
Oh, I remember
Xbox
that.
and PlayStation, PlayStation 2. But apart from, I think that they had a couple, or at least one, on the PlayStation 1. But apart from that, I think Judge Dredd's gone pretty quiet.
Well, I mean, in this day and age where they're making sort of like original tie-ins left, right and centre. Because, I mean, when it looked as though, like, after Arkham Asylum,
Yeah.
that it was going to sort of start a new trend.
Or could you imagine a Judge Dredd game in that style? Oh, I completed the primary objective. But
That's right.
but there you go. So I'm going to make my way to the end of the level. But what do you guys think? Do you think there should be a new Judge Dredd game?
Do you think Rocksteady should get their...
Well, actually,
their bat mittens?
you know what? Here's a last little bit of trivia before we go. But the people that own the 2000 AD license are actually Rebellion Games. So Rebellion Games own 2000 AD. So
Remind me what they've done again.
Zombie Army trilogy, the Alien vs Predator series, Sniper Elite.
They've been... Are those the ones where you're set in World War II?
Yep.
And you get like the X-ray bit if you do
That's right. They did all that.
I do like
So
them ones.
now you see they're already making games. I think the last game that they made, forgive me if I'm completely wrong, was Never Dead.
I've not heard
Apart from the update to Sniper Elite, which was Zombie Army Trilogy, I think the last full game that they did was Never Dead. And it kind of... I love Never Dead, but it kind of failed commercially. But I kind of... If they own the license to 2000 AD, God knows why they haven't decided to just go ahead and make a Judge Dredd game. But there you go. That's Judge Dredd. I mean, I loved it as a kid. I didn't get very far in it.
It holds up quite well for an old game as well, actually.
It is fun.
It makes a change for a film. This is back in the days when film tie-ins were actually quite decent to play.
Yeah,
I mean,
and this is a great example of one of those tie-ins.